Yo, 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 what is up, people? Welcome to another Lefty Live on a Thursday night. Your boy is sweating. I was scrambling to get on here in time, and I didn't make it. We have a special guest tonight. We got Ben from Jack Wolf Knives. I'm going to bring him on here. What's up, dude?
What's up, everyone?
I feel like it's been a minute since we did one of these, but has it only been a month, or were you sick
60
last
days.
month or something?
No, we took the month off.
Oh, right. And the month before you were sick, right?
That's right.
Donnie came on, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. Thought I remember something. So it's been a few months since was the slinger. What was before the slinger? The sharpshooter. Midnight. And then the sharpshooter.
No.
Maybe.
Sharpshooter, midnight.
Okay.
After hours, sharpshooter, midnight, break, gunslinger now, I think.
Oh, the break was before the gunslinger? No, it was after because remember people were asking if the discount was for the slinger too.
Gunslinger, break now.
Yeah.
Here's Donnie. Good to see everyone in the chat. What's up, fellas? Happy Thursday. I don't know about you guys, but my kids are almost out of school. My daughter's got finals right now, and next week is a partial week, and we are all ready for a break in the routine.
What grade is your daughter in?
She's 8th.
Okay. They do finals in 8th grade?
They do, man. And it'll be her last year at this school because she goes to high school next year. So she's a good student. Proud of her.
Nice. How old's your son? What grade's he in?
He's about to finish 6th grade. He's 11.
Do they have finals?
No. Not his grade. I don't know if they'll we'll see. He goes to a different school than my daughter, so I don't know if he'll have him in 8th grade. Probably not a bad idea to do some of that stuff in 8th grade because you're definitely going to do it in high school.
Yeah, it was always dumb. I still think it's a stupid system, but they got to have some kind of system. So
there's a lot of compromises with schooling the masses. I would have always preferred to have been in some kind of mentorship program, like learning from someone directly, like a skill I was actually interested in. I can really advance quickly that way, but you'd sit me down in a class and have someone talk at me for a while, and dude, I get lost.
Yep. Same here. That's called ADD.
Yeah. I think it suits females better than males. If I could speak in generalities, like especially young males, man, like we're not supposed to just be sitting down for 8 hours. I don't think.
What's up, Ron? He's been a member for 3 months. Shout out to Ron. Thank you, sir. We got a bunch of people here. Welcome, everybody. Donnie's here. What's up, Donnie? Let's see. Doing well, Ron. Thank you. Thank you. JD's here. What's up, JD? What's going on, man? Sharp pencils have their purpose. Euphemism. Nice. So Ben is here tonight because the mini Cyborg releases tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time at your favorite dealers. Titanium Justin's been a member for 1 month. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate that, man. He says,
anybody check out Justin has he has a different Instagram because he's an artist. He's got all kinds of cool like modern art, or I don't know, remind me of the style, Justin. I forget what like abstract art maybe it was. Pretty cool stuff.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of dealers,
there's Austin. Talking to him.
What's up, Austin? Good to see you here, buddy. Mikey's here. What's up, Mikey? How's it going, man? Yeah, dude. So the mini Cyborg, I would say, has the best walk and talk that I've felt yet.
Dude, it's so good. These things just rip.
Yeah.
They rip.
they rip. And at first I was like just hoping it wouldn't over travel because it's so damn snappy.
I haven't gotten one, knock on wood, but I haven't gotten one of these to wrap yet. And I have been opening and closing these things like a maniac. They are very, very satisfying to operate.
I gotta clean these up. I was outside cutting down boxes. We ordered a bunch of like baby shit strollers and shit like that. So I have all these boxes. I can't stand having boxes in my garage or whatever, you know.
No, as a knife guy too, it like actually gives you an excuse to actually use the damn thing.
Yep, that is true. But man, I'll tell you, these stroller boxes are fucking tough. Like,
yeah, because they're coming a long way.
Yeah, they're like triple layered, and then they're kind of like I don't know if because it was in my garage or something, it was a little humid or something because it was like almost a little wet, felt like, or maybe they make it that way to be flexible. But like I was using the mini Cyborg, and then I have my Chaser prototype. Look at this thing. I put this thing through a bunch of it, and it got fucked up. And yeah, it was tough. Like I also had some Amazon boxes, and they were both just like lasering through it. But those stroller boxes were just like I don't think it had anything to do with the knife. I think it was the material was just.
It's the medium you're trying to cut through. There's clay in cardboard. I'm pretty sure, like a certain amount of clay content, and you know what happens when clay absorbs water? Like
felt like fucking clay.
Yeah. Cardboard boxes are they're rough on edges, 100%.
Yeah.
So are you having another kid? Is that why you're buying strollers? Or are you buying bigger strollers for your kid?
No, I'm having another kid in October.
You didn't even tell me that. That's how long ago it's been since we even talked about that. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we found out last week it's going to be a boy. So
nice. Oh, you got the same setup that I have.
Yep, we'll have one of each, about 4 years apart. So
that's exciting.
Should be cool, yeah.
Let's see if Kevin can juggle all the balls after that second kid shows up. Full-time job, full-time content creator, running a knife company.
I already gave up on the juggling. The last few weeks I've been kind of chilling out a little bit on the content, but
something's got to give every once in a while.
Eventually, yeah. And it's been nice. Been able to just kind of relax a little bit. That looks crazy, dude. It looks so good.
This stuff is really, really something special. Just nothing else really like it.
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything like it before or since. You have one that has a new carbon fiber on it too, right?
Yeah. That's this one.
Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So this stuff is from a company in Washington State called Protech Composites. And the only reason like I refer to fat carbon, dark matter orange, I refer to camo carbon, gecko. But I chose not to refer to this as Protech because it's just going to confuse everyone with a knife company called Protech, Which
so what did you call it?
I just called it white marble carbon fiber because that's what they call it. I just didn't use the brand name in my marketing.
But is it the same type of shit?
No, it's different, man. It's marble, whereas fat carbon is like layers, but this stuff is like shred, but they somehow get this layering look. Like, I don't know. I didn't watch them make it, obviously.
Do they still, it looks like they still impregnate it with ceramic paint. Like,
they must. It's like
what the other guys do.
Yeah. I think
they use a different base or something.
Yes. I think that the structure, I don't know. I think the way they lay it down when they build it is a little different from the others because it has a different look. Like you can see the light grays and the darks and stuff. And they call it white marble. So
it looks really nice.
Yeah. And it's not cheap. It's expensive, but it's not anything crazy compared to the other ones. It's not inexpensive. It's a premium material. But
Is
they
it
actually
like the same price as those other ones?
Yeah, I think it's on par. The sheets are different sizes, so they don't cost the same amount. But I think at the end of the day, it's about the same. Okay. If you were going like sheet for sheet. But they came to my table at one of the blade shows. I can't remember which one, and introduced themselves, and they were super nice. And then
who do they work with? Like, what industries are they in? Because I've never heard of it or seen it before.
I don't know, man. I think they've done some knife stuff, obviously, but I don't think that's there. You can pull up their website and look at it. Let's do that.
Or maybe I have seen it and I just thought it was. Sorry, I'm over here trying to drop this prototype.
Yeah, if you want to give me control, I can bring up my web browser.
You can. I can just. I just have to approve it when you
just hit this present button. Oh, let's try this. So I go share screen. Is that what I do?
Yep.
Okay. I need to open up another browser window.
Hell yeah, Ron. That's awesome, man. You bought your uncle a pony stout. Appreciate that. Oh, awesome, Mikey. Congrats, dude. That's coming up soon. Is that your first kid?
Is it working?
All right, here it is. Yep.
Okay, so let me jump over here. Cool.
So here, T's 2 cents says he absolutely is loving the gunslinger.
Nice. Protech Composites. This is them, this orange logo.
Okay.
We partner with manufacturers across a wide range of industries to elevate their products, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we could see anything on the homepage.
Yeah, I just am curious.
I think they're, an industrial. Yeah, marine, drones, automotive, robotics. They probably went after knives because they saw people doing that. Like there's a wallet.
It says, wait, go back down on the right. It says, we are the largest supplier of carbon fiber to knife makers.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty bold claim right there.
Click on that, dude. Maybe they make twill or something.
Maybe. But they're pretty low key,
that weave shit.
A lot of that stuff probably comes from overseas to keep it cheap.
I guess.
But yeah, Vancouver, Washington. And
that's a pretty bold statement if they're bullshitting.
It is. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you know what? I bet you they're the ones who make that dog shit.
Just the run-of-the-mill
stuff that's on like Amazon knives.
Right.
That's like their budget stuff, probably. But then it literally looks like fat carbon.
Yeah, these are the marble ones. So this is the white marble that I got.
I think it looks cooler though, because it has the marble effect to it, and then it has the color.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I prototyped a couple of the different colors, so I was happy with how they came out. But we decided to do this white because we thought it would look good with the blast and tumble and all that.
Yeah, no, it looks good, dude.
But they've got white, purple, red.
Have you looked into other ones for different runs?
You trying to get me to talk?
I know the answer is yes, but
I will use it again. I can tell you that much. I'm happy with it. Like they were easy to work with. The production time was reasonably fast. I think it took like a month or less. And
that's pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah, none of that was unreasonable, and I thought the price was fair. And you're American based, so if there's an issue, you can get a hold of someone. And
it's always good to have options. Like we put in a big order with camo carbon. I don't know, like a month ago. He's working on it now, and it was like, I'm sure you spend more, but I think it was like $12,000. And like the shit's not cheap, man.
No.
And that's for 2 knives, I think. That's just for 2 knives. So I couldn't imagine you're ordering this shit on the regs. Like every month you're probably placing an order for something.
I do it every quarter. Typically,
okay,
I try to line things up 3 drops at a time.
That makes sense.
So the orders are big because, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot for 3 drops worth. But
we're Andy's he's making a sort of a new color for us. We're taking the purple. What is it? Purple cow? Is that what he calls it? Or that's what Austin calls it. Maybe that's what he calls it too. It's purple cow or something like that. It's got like a little bit of white in it with purple. And let me see if I can. Does he have it on his website? I'll share this time. Dude, the pink looks cool.
People are all about this one.
Yeah, I'm curious. That one was either going to be a huge hit or the opposite.
It was absolutely a gamble.
Yeah. What does he call the guy? Here it is. Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. Okay. Is it yellow and purple or white and purple?
So that's white. So it's actually layers of stainless steel or something.
Oh, interesting.
So basically, I wanted this. I wanted purple, but I didn't want any of that gray or white shit in there because I think that kills it. So he's doing it without that layer of whatever in there. So it's just going to be purple and black is the plan. And he came up with a new, I forget what name he like came up with a new name because of it.
Austin's in the chat saying, I'm the one that came up with that name and color scheme, Purple Cow.
Is that what Austin's? Yeah, I knew Purple Cow was a thing. So he made this color for you. Got it. So I'm getting rid of the stainless, Austin, and it's going to be called Purple Flow. So, but he basically said, he's like, if you want to make your own color or something, you can do that. Like have your own proprietary color. I don't think that's what we're trying to do with this. I just wanted a different like color of it.
It's made to order, and that's one thing Andy offers. I mean, I don't think you can do that with fat carbon. They're not set up for that, but
I think
Andy will experiment.
To have your own color, or like if you're a dealer, to have your own color, and then only your exclusives can have that material on it. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't know if Andy would say like no one else is allowed to buy this.
No, he told me, he's like, if you want to have your own like exclusive color, you could do it. You would have to like come up with something that's not like
right. It's
like,
I get blue.
I want 80s, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you put together another 5 colors on your own and wanted it, I think you would do it.
He'll certainly make you whatever you want.
But yeah. Let me see. Somebody asked, here it is. How do I get a membership? So if you're on an Apple phone, it won't let you because on the app, it doesn't show the join button because Apple wants a cut of the money and YouTube doesn't want to pay it or Google doesn't want to pay it. So if you're on a phone, you got to go to like a Chrome browser or something and go to youtube.com and then go to the channel and go to join, or just pull up a PC and do it. As long as you're not on iPhone, you'll see a join button like right under every video or on the channel. And then somebody else asked, how do I get one of those? Is there a price point? Oh, is your price point for the new? So you're talking about this one. So I don't know if I didn't show you this. This is our new prototype. This is the Chaser model.
Cool.
And
tell me about the pivot.
So we were just trying to do something a little bit different. I don't know if I think Colin came up with the idea for it. Let me grab one that's not left-handed right now so I can show you better. So he had, I guess, the idea to do this sort of like angled pivot, which also makes it a captive pivot. Yeah. And then we thought it'd be cool to make the filler tab match. So it's the same shape and size and everything. They're obviously just at different angles, which I know some people's OCD is going to go off on that, but I don't know. I think it would look weird if it was like straight.
Well, you can't make them. I guess you could make the pivot the same, but no, I like it.
No, you could make the pivot like this way, horizontal, straight. But I don't know. I like it the way it is.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
But yeah, so the filler tab, the clip screw goes through, and then the filler tab has a barrel attached to it. So you just pop it out.
Like the way my filler tabs are.
What?
My filler tabs have a threaded barrel, integral threaded barrel.
Yeah, but on this one, you can actually make it left-handed.
Right.
But
because you got opposite side filler tab.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
So I need to talk to Kubi, because when I did the disassembly, which I'll post soon, it honestly seems like you should be able to just take the pivot out and put it through the other way, and then you would have a completely clean side on the left side too.
Why isn't the pivot reversible?
I don't know. It fit in, but the action wasn't good. Like, it got tight. But then if you put it back through the right way, then it would be fine. Like, the action on this is...
The bore is a complete cylinder, right? Like,
well, that's the thing. It's literally like the filler tab. This has a barrel attached to it, dead center, pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't have a D shape or any of that, because this is literally the captive.
Right, I follow you. It should work in theory if you reverse it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to test it and see if maybe it was just this one. Like, I'll try a different one and see if that works. And then if that doesn't, I'll talk to Kubi about it. I'm sure it's just got to be some kind of micro adjustment or something. Like, maybe maybe the slot on the opposite side, or this filler, maybe like one of them slightly thicker or something.
Yeah, or if they're not like perfectly mirror image of each other and they're off a little bit, maybe it presents more when you go this way and it's binding the action. But
I don't know.
That's it. Like, the one thing people they don't give enough credit to is when you have a pivot, like on the Gunslinger, for example, or just commonly found on knives, it's just a cylinder that goes through the middle, and then another cylinder on each side for each screw head. And it's easier to manufacture that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
easier to manufacture. It's easier to work on with maintenance. It's less prone to like stupid issues. Like, you find a lot of these people who come up with these like cool pivot designs, they're all like just stupid when you take it apart.
Yeah.
This one's actually super simple, because you just have this screw that goes through, and then there's a barrel attached to this. It's like, it's stupid. And I like it because it removes the D shape that you see on a lot of knives.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the D shape. You can just have a full circle, which is better, because you don't have blade riding on like not a circle for part of it.
Yeah, you can have the D shape just at the very end of the post.
That's how I like it.
It's just so delicate, all that.
There's a lot going on there you got to think about. But somebody asked the price point. We don't know yet. We just got the prototypes. It's probably going to be a while before we even order these, because we have like 5 or 6 knives in production right now. I just want to wait until we get some stuff in, get some cash flow going before I start putting another one in. But it'll be $199 or less. So if we go S90V, it'll be like $199 for a little bit less. And if we go like 154, it would be like 150 or something like that.
Someone, Palmer asked, "Where's Louie, my dog?" I'll get him in a little bit. That dog, I told this story, I think, in KC's live, but we got our dog neutered at 6 months, and his ball didn't drop. So they had to go in there and like surgically remove his non-descended testicle. And they had to go in I know, dude. And they had to go into his abdomen to get it. And then the incision got infected. And it was draining everywhere, and it was so gross, dude. Like, mega gross.
Okay?
I was scared. Yeah, he's good now. I mean, it's probably been a month since the surgery, and it was just that first weekend when that thing was like leaking and red. I was scared. Took him to the emergency vet, got antibiotics, and then he had to wear the giant cone for 2 weeks. But anyway, like he hasn't been properly groomed in a while. And
did they check to see if his ball dropped before they did the surgery?
Every time we took him in for a vet appointment, they look. And
why didn't they just wait till it dropped to?
No, it's not going to. It was not going to.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know, not a birth defect. It's not the right word. He just had a condition.
Would that have caused issues if you didn't?
Yeah, they can get testicular cancer and things like that from it. So they got to get that ball out. But he's good now. Thank God. It was just really scary, man, because like you feel bad for these guys. I can't tell you what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Just know they're not happy.
Well, that reminds me, I told you last time you were on, I had this like high blood platelet thing when I got my like just routine blood work. When I went to the hematologist Tuesday, it was like the follow-up. The guy cleared me or whatever. He said apparently it's the Flonase. I use Flonase for allergies.
Oh,
and apparently it's a steroid, so it could like affect your something. Like he said his white blood count went up once because he was using it. So he told me not to stop using it, just if it climbs like way higher, then you gotta do something. But anyway, that was good news.
Yeah. But health scares are never good.
So Austin says it looks like Andy told him the same thing about having your own color, and then he's selling it as Purple Rain now.
Like, you better get that in writing, my friend.
Yeah, I guess.
And even then, what are you going to do?
It's a good idea. But that's what I was saying. Like, if it's a color that he knows is going to be popular, it's kind of hard for him to, you know.
Yeah, I would not have the expectation that, like, you would. I just wouldn't have the expectation. I'm the only, like, I bought 4 sheets of this. It's mine forever. It's like,
right.
Nah.
Well, no, but I think if you were like, I don't know how Austin put that together, but if you went to him and were like, listen, I want to mix pink, teal, yellow, and like poop color together, and you did something crazy like that, then I think it would be fine. But if you're like, hey, I want blue to be my color, like, this is not going to work.
Yeah, well, if I was the vendor, I'd say, you want an exclusive on that? Well, this is my price for that. You want it as a one-time thing? This is my price for that. Like, anything's negotiable, but you're going to do this. People are going to like it, and then they're going to want to buy more of it from me, and I'm going to have to tell them no. Well, that's going to cost you.
That's true.
And that's business. I really like this one, dude. This full tie. I've been vibing on this one hard.
Yeah, that one looks good, dude. The purple and it's the milling is just like perfect.
Yep, the milling, the purple, the dark gray, and the hand satin on this one. And this would have looked good with the belt satin too. But
you like my sweaty hair, Ian? Yeah, dude. It's like I only had one belt satin option this month.
I know it worked out that way. Well, there's been a lot of belt satin over the last couple of years.
I know, and I got used to it. What did you have the most of this time? Hand satin?
Yeah. Yep. This is hand. That's one hand.
And the chaotic is hand satin, I assume.
And the chaotic is hand. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty well spread out because we had 2 hand, a blast and tumble.
That looks good, man.
Yeah, that one came out good. A DLC and a belt. So something had to get 2, you know? And so hand satin won the day. Yeah, dude, this thing, it's like kind of like it kind of fits the motif of the knife. Like, it's futuristic looking.
I always know it's going to be a good one when I'm debating on like buying more of them. Yeah. I want a chaotic one. I want that blast and tumbled one. I don't think I'd mind the titanium one either.
This would be a cool one. Like, I mean, I know it's expensive, but to build a collection of more than one of these, like there's a lot of we really made it come together on this one, you know, and thank God for Donnie, because I cannot do these by myself. Like, he is now an integral part of configuration choosing. Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth between him and I about picking configurations. And I'm just glad I got someone else to help me with it.
It's so nice to have somebody to bounce shit off of too.
No doubt.
Because sometimes you have a dumb idea that you think is good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And having somebody to be like, no, that's dumb, it really helps.
Yes. Or sometimes
thanks,
it's like,
appreciate you, man.
You know, you say something and they're like, okay, what if we did that, but with this color screw? And it's like, ooh, you know, like I got it 90% of the way there and you just took it to 100. That's what kind of happens to me and Donnie. We feed off each other until we're like, yep, that's probably the best way to do
Well,
this.
that's good too, then. Confirmation is always good too, or affirmation.
Yeah.
Dean, it's not a big deal. Like, the doctor didn't tell me to stop using it. He's like, keep using it. It's good stuff. And I don't think it just happens to everybody. It's just how it reacts with me. And it doesn't, there's no like side effects of it. It was just on my blood test, so they wanted to follow up on it.
Yeah, that is the side effect.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Any updates on the Jack Wolf Knives Canada dealer? Yes, we are now at Blades Canada. So starting with the Gunslinger, that was the first one they got, and they received their mini Cyborgs. They're not getting a lot of pieces, just tell you right now. And if you guys will support them, that would be huge because it will encourage them to continue to buy and get more.
Well, why wouldn't they? It's cheaper to order it in
It
Canada,
is,
right?
but you know, a lot of times, like, you know how people are, they ask for something because it's not there. It's like Lefties insisting every fucking knife that comes out has to have a Lefty version.
Well, it's because there's only 12 of the lefties that do that, though. It's just like a loud minority thing.
Well, I'm just saying, let's not have that be the case in Canada. You know, I'd like to see these knives. I'd like to see them get supported up there because I get a lot of requests. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I get a lot of requests. So let's follow through, please. Because they're really awesome people, man. I talked to a couple different dealers, not naming any names. I'll just say the one that I went with, Blades Canada, from the very get-go, I just had the right like conversations with them, meeting of the minds, like everything. I was very comfortable with it. Nice. So far, so good. Now, the only thing that happened with the Gunslingers is they didn't put their listings up right away when the drop happened. And that's not like that's not their bad. They have the right to put their listings up anytime they want, you know. You just can't put them up early.
Right.
But I had people like blowing me up like, hey, when is this listing going up? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I don't have any control over that. Like, email them.
So they had a drop for the Gunslinger already.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had them for a few months now.
Well, this is the second drop.
Okay. I thought you said it was the first.
No, first slip joint.
Wayne, I'm not sure what knife are you talking about in S30V? You know, it kind of looks like you have a sheet of camo carbon behind you as like a
it's like some artwork that my grandparents bought from all those, like all that color. They're all these individual squares, and I inherited it. When
makes me want to grab a sheet and just throw it up on my wall.
Yeah, right. That'd be kind of cool. I'm sure there's all kinds of cool stuff you could do with sheets of the material.
What's up, Chef Rocky? How you doing, man? Let's see. Foot satin.
Let's talk foot satin. That's hilarious. Who in the chat's going to Blade Show? And does anybody need a discounted 3-day pass? I think it saves like $40 or something like that. 40 or $45 off the
I think it's price. 50. Saves $50.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some coupon codes left if anybody
Once you
needs
check
that.
out or whatever. Yeah, I have a few left too.
Yeah. If anybody wants one of those, email me at support@jackwolfknives.com. I'll send you the code.
Yeah, you don't get in early.
Yeah, it's just a discount off the 3-day
pass. Keep that in mind. You just get the 3-day pass. I think you get in with general, but you get $50 off.
Yeah. That's $50 you could put towards a knife if you were going to go anyway. So
yeah, if you run out of those and anybody asks, send them my way. I still have a few.
Yeah, I got a bunch. I don't think I'm going to run out.
Well, I think they give you like 10 or something. I don't really like advertise.
Depends on the size of your booth.
Oh.
I think I got 20.
You probably have way more than I do. Excited about the mini, another home run. Nice.
Thanks, William. I gotta say I'm very happy with these. Like, I don't think we left anything to be desired with these. You know, I don't think we could have done much better on these.
Yeah, it's spot on. It's really good.
They're dialed. Dialed.
Oh yeah, we tried to get a booth, and they reached back out to us. I signed up for whatever like list to change, and it was a couple months ago. They were like, we have these booths here, but they're in like the back corner, so I don't know if you want it. And I was like, because our table last year is like literally dead center in front of the main door. Like it's in a good spot.
It is in a good
traffic
spot.
last year, and I didn't really want to give it up to be back by the food court. Like
the only reason you would want to do that would be if you want to make the sacrifice to try to eventually get a booth in a better spot. Like
I guess
one step backwards, 2 steps forwards. That's how it works.
I'd rather just stay on the list and then try to get a better one next year or whatever. I don't know.
It's possible.
We'll see. Is S45 a lot better than S30? I'm not a steel expert, but I would say S45 is a little bit better than S30. It's basically S35 with like a little increase in something, but then you lose something else. Like it's all these steels, it's all just a game of like give and take.
Yeah, exactly.
We're way too we're just way too in tune with it. It's kind of dumb, honestly. I feel like
you know what? They're all good.
Yeah, exactly. They're not like you don't have HCR anymore. Like every knife steel pretty much on a knife over $20 is good at this point.
Yeah, they're all good. And either you want one that's stainless or you want one that's not. And
right.
I don't know what other real consideration
there is. And if it's not stainless, it's probably tough as shit or has amazing edge retention. Like,
yeah.
Table 2419. Hell yeah, Austin. Good shit, dude. I was hoping we'd have some lushes or nip slips by now to take to Blade Show, but these OEMs are taking forever.
Are they behind schedule?
I don't know, man. I don't even remember when we ordered. We ordered the lushes forever ago.
Who's making those for you?
Concept. QSP's doing the nip slips. They're always kind of slow. QSP.
They do a good job, though.
Yeah, but they take a while. I mean, they take like, I don't know. At this point, they probably take like 6 to 8 months. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. Apparently, Kubi was quoting, was it Casey saying they were telling him 30 days production on stuff? Which is,
I mean, it's possible.
It's not though, because they said that about prototypes when we first started with them. 30 days. It always took them 3 months minimum. And I'm like, why are you saying 30 days when it takes you 3? It's my one of my favorite things to say is, I think it's like a Chinese proverb, over promise, under deliver. Like I think they're taught that growing up. Like I don't understand. But that's how they all are. I'm not being like racist or anything. I just think it's like a cultural thing.
Sure.
Where they want to please people, or I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a shady thing. I think it's just like they think they can do it faster. I don't know. But they don't account for hiccups, which like you always try to account for problems. Like I always add a month to everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got to a point after the first couple knives where I was like antsy about it, and I'd like email and be like, hey, how's this project going or whatever. Now I literally just don't even, I just let them do their thing. I find I get better knives if I do that.
It's absolutely the case.
Questions, they start rushing because they think you're trying to get them faster or whatever.
Yeah, they're like, all right, he wants these. Let's go. Remember that little thing we saw? Just let it slide. Maybe they won't notice. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like anything. I'm all about like
javelina.
I drop the javelina at some point. Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got repeats to do. We've got new locking knives to roll out. But yeah, you know, someone.
I'm literally out of room.
Yep.
So I had finger pinch.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
I have doubled up on almost every one on this top row. I got like 2 gunslingers, 2 sharpshooters, 2 little bros, midnight, 2 midnights, 2 vampires. I got 2 laidbacks. Like, it's fucking insane.
Dude, that case needs to be slotted so you can slide those slips in like mouth up, like soldiers standing in a row.
Yeah. I just grabbed whatever case I had for it, and then underneath I have another whole row that's filled up.
Nice, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna need another one soon, dude.
Yes, you are.
Keep on rolling. Anyway, I wanted to grab the javelina.
Yeah, grab the javelina. Someone in the live stream earlier today, Patty's Potato Peelers, said like a big javelina would be cool, like a big one. I was like, man, I never thought about that, but
wouldn't that be kind of like a Benny's clip? I guess not.
No.
This is one that when I first saw it, I kind of went, I don't know. Like, it's a little too traditional for me.
Yeah.
But the longer I have it, the more I love this model.
Damn it.
It like just melts into your hand. It has really good walk and talk. It's easy to open. It's just a good looking knife. This one has the Brittany blue camo on it too, which is sick.
Yeah, that one is it's unusual looking to the modern knife guy.
Yeah,
for sure. But it's like, man, and it's not like no one, I'm not saying no one, but usually when someone gets into slip joints, the sow belly's not the first one you got to have, but it's like one you eventually get to on your journey and you're like, damn, I really like this, you know?
Yeah. It's really good.
Grab a towel real quick. I'll be right back.
I don't know if I'd want a bigger one though. I want a mini of like 5 different ones. Like a mini Venom would be sick. A mini Midnight would be sick. What else? I don't know what else. But those are a couple minis I'd really want. Maybe a mini Benny's clip would be cool too. The more I tug at my handle, the more I love it. That's funny. Cute little Jackwolf collection. Yep. I have one knife from every drop. I've tried to keep it that way because I had multiples for a while where I would buy another one, but I just ended up with so many. I didn't have that many doubles, but I had like 3 or 4 and I sold those. So I just have one of each. So can't give them away, can't sell them. Got to keep that collection strong, you know. But it's growing. A 4-inch feel good, that would be wild.
I designed the whole campaign around collecting. Yeah. So, I don't. At some point, it's like having one of each and maybe 2 of the ones you really like. Like that's more than reasonable. Like trying to have one of every single one, even if you had an endless pile of money, it's like this is a lot of knives at this point.
Yeah. Well, so, one of every like.
Yeah,
like,
but
are you saying one of every one, including every version of every?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
that would be great. Like you have that, right?
I have that, and it's like I have it as a reference library.
How many knives is that now?
I don't know, man. I knew you were about to ask me that. I'd have to add it up.
Well, how many drops have we had? There's been about 5 on each. We could do math.
I think there's somewhere 4. I think
at least 24 drops.
23, I think.
So 23 times, let's say 4. You're close to like
there's over
85 knives at this point.
I mean, the first, I think the first 6 had 4 versions. I'd have to look when the first 5 version came into play. I think it might have been the Vampire Jack in October 2022 was the first one with 5.
It's more than 80, I would say at this point.
Oh, it's definitely more than 80.
Yeah, somewhere between 80 and 100. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of unique variants. Well, they're not all unique because some were the same micarta with Belkin. Those are not technically unique. But yeah, there's a lot of unique variants in there. They're unique in that each one's a model, you know.
It's so crazy to think back on that, isn't it? Like to the first one.
Totally, dude.
And
It's
just
crazy to
like
think
your
back
mindset, like just your mindset going in, what you thought was gonna be popular or hoped would be popular, and then like
compared to where it is now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. Turn this light
on. He says through the second gunslinger, it's 112.
Who's adding that up? That's amazing.
Driving me nuts, says that.
That's Trevor. Trevor, what's up, dude?
Autumn says,
yeah, he asked me, Trevor, if I knew the answer to that, and I didn't know. I could certainly piece it together with all my data in my spreadsheets, but
you got to check. You got to check our website. Venom, it might be on the website. I'm not sure. I think it says. It just says Divo in the back. I think we did another one that I don't have. I don't know where that is. Maybe Colin has it, but he accidentally put Blade West on the back instead of Texas.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
We didn't end up having them in time anyway, so it didn't matter. But
oh my gosh, that's funny.
We always think of shit like a week before the show. It's always like you think you have time, and then you're like, bam! Like those little Band-Aid dispensers I had. Those are awesome. I thought of that, and I ordered them 2 days before the show. They made them overnight and shipped them to me overnight. It was, I think, $400, and I got 250 of those things. It was like the stupidest deal ever. I want to get Poca pens. Poca pens? What are those?
I don't know what that is.
You never heard of Poca pens or whatever?
No.
You've seen it though. Hold on, I'll show you. It's those little like round pens. There goes my voice again.
Trevor, how many unique variants do you have, bro?
What?
Pen. I was asking Trevor. He says, I have a lot of jacks. I know he does. And I'm curious how many unique variants he has, if he wants to share.
This pen.
Never seen that before.
You've never seen this thing?
No.
Well, you can get them made with your logo on them. They're pretty popular. They're cool too. You just flip it over and it's like this big too. And then it turns into a full-size pen. I thought I'd hate it. But, oh, I think I have one right here. This is what made me want to try it. I don't know. Maybe I gave it away. I have way too much shit in there. No, I don't have it. But yeah, I want to see what it costs to get those made with our logo on them. That'd be good for a show, I think.
Man, what do you think? They 50 cents a piece? Like they're not gonna be $1 a piece.
I would hope so, but they're selling them on here for, I don't know, like this 2-pack of orange ones is $16. So
really? Well, maybe they're going to be more expensive than we're sitting here thinking.
I don't know. I remember somebody telling me they had them made, and they were like, "This one's $5." So,
well, how many do you got to buy? That's the $1 million question.
What?
How many do you have to buy to get a good price? That's the $1 million.
I know question. OCD for EDC ordered them, so it can't be that many.
Yeah, just ask Justin.
I know I should. I just need to hit them up and get a quote or something, but it's not my top priority.
No.
Are y'all gonna do USA made version anytime soon?
Well, trying to get USA made anything is
we're on our third attempt with Divo.
Yeah. Let's just say I've been highly demotivated by what Kevin has gone through.
Yeah, there's some people lately who have found a company that is going to make them knives, but they only will make integral button locks, and I'm just not that interested in a Divo integral button lock. I do think it's cool that these guys are getting this stuff made. It's the people from Dead Reckoned Knives.
I'm not familiar. What's up, Tom? Notorious EDCs in the chat.
What up, dude? He says everyone needs a few Jack Wolf knives in their collection. A few, or 20, or 30, or 112, apparently.
I got the inspiration, meaning I stole this blast and tumble off Tom's Kingpin.
Yeah,
I was like, that is sweet, and
those are sweet.
Very cool.
I was skeptical at first, and somebody sent me one to check out, and it's really nice. He got the tang geometry done perfectly, I think.
Yep, nice and jumpy.
Kev, I have every one of your knives. When are your new ones coming out? He asks me that like every day. And I don't know, man. We're just waiting. Like I said, we have like 6 knives in production. We're just waiting for them to show up. So as soon as I know, you'll know. He said, which I stole from Bergblade.
Yeah, I actually just texted with Matt.
Matt's awesome
today. He's great. He's local to me. I had lunch with him like a month or 2 ago, and he's going to be at the River's Edge Cutlery anniversary thing with me.
Nice.
So
nice,
dude. His day job,
later, dude.
Fireman.
Yeah,
please, Tom. And he sent me this picture. He was like out on a boat on Lake Pleasant. They were. He told me a story too. They were like out on a boat with night vision in the middle of the lake, like looking for someone who was missing, or he gets to do cool stuff like that. They've also had to like deal with drownings out there, which is a not fun part of the job.
Yeah, that's not fun. They found a body here in Pennsauken. They found they were pulling a car out of a river and there was a body in it. They found today. I saw it on the news.
They think it was a homicide or a suicide?
I don't know. I don't even know how. They didn't say how old they thought it was or anything. I think somebody just came across this car that was underwater.
Anytime there's a body, someone is unlucky enough to have found it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Was it Carl? I don't know who Carl is.
It's like, oh yeah, it was Carl.
I think
that we don't, Marco.
It said Stevie's joke, and I still don't know what that's about. Which reminds me, Stevie asked me to mention that they're having a EDC Round Table 2-year anniversary thing, and they're selling like poker chip coins, and anybody who buys one gets entered into a raffle to win a package that has items from each of the makers that is in the EDC Round Table. I'll pull up the website in case you guys don't know what EDC Round Table is. Ben, are you familiar or no?
No. Well, I know I don't know what they do exactly. I know Stevie's involved in it.
Yeah, so it's a few makers that make, leather goods or fixed blades, or like Stevie has beard care stuff. Lancelot Leather, Forrest Hanks, he makes Hanks. Jack's Lungs makes these like cool like pocket trash type things. It tells you right here: pocket junk leather, lanyard beads, Hanks, beard care. And they have this, I think it's the poker chip. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what, is this what we're talking about? Let me pull it up.
But is the point of the EDC Roundtable website for just different makers to have a singular place to sell their stuff?
Yeah, so the way it works is Joe from Lancelot Leather and Stevie came up with this idea to take makers who, they're like more like hobbyists.
Right,
they don't have their own website. They're just selling to people on Instagram like, hey, I want this,
Part-time guys.
It's kind of like an Etsy for but you have to be like invited in. It's not like anybody can just go there and create a store.
Right.
So it's sort of both things. Like, I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool concept.
It's a real cool concept. Of course, my head goes to the business side of it. Like,
he's got it set up where, you know, they take a certain percentage of every sale that goes to the business.
I see.
So the maker gets a percentage, and they get basically, you know, they get advertising, they get a website, they get, you know, access to be able to ship stuff easy, I guess, and all that. And then Joe and Stevie run it, so they get a percentage of every sale that goes towards administration or administrative stuff, I guess. I think that's how it works.
I mean, they're a consignment store in a way.
Essentially, yeah. But they also have, you know, like Joe and Stevie both have their own store on there too. But it's also like a group of friends. Like they're all friends too. So
it's a marketplace.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
But let's look at 2 years old now, which is crazy to think about. I feel like it was yesterday. But this is the 2nd anniversary coin, and I'm pretty sure this is the item he was telling me about. Let me just double check that. And I have a code. If you use Lefty10, it'll save you 10%. And he says, "Yo, douche, if you can remember and don't mind, could you mention the EDC Round Table's 2-year anniversary during your live stream? Just trying to spread the word, and you can use the code Lefty10. It'll get you 10% off. Everyone that purchases a chip will be entered into our giveaway that will include stuff from all the vendors. Oh, cool. I'll be showing everything off on my live stream this weekend for the full giveaway, and we'll have all the members on. That's pretty cool. So check it out. Yeah, Lefty10 works on there, Marco. Does it say the slip is not included?
Well, I think you do the drop down for style. I think you'll get to choose, because see how there's a price range?
It says right here, chip with slip, chip only.
Yeah, choose an option.
Yeah, $33.50. You can't see it. I did. It's yeah. You know how when you share, it doesn't show you drop downs. It's dumb.
Right.
So chip only is $17. Chip with slip is $33.50, guys.
Let's look at the chip.
I'm gonna put the link in real quick.
Okay.
EDC Round Table chip. There you go. I'll put it in the chat, guys, if you're interested. And again, Lefty10 will save you 10%. It doesn't give me anything. It's just a discount. So if you know another one, feel free to use that. You want to look at the chip, you said?
Yeah, I want to see the front and the back of the chip.
So EDC Round Table, and then it has these crowns, I guess. Is that what that is?
Not sure.
This would be pretty cool to do as well. You've done coins before, right?
Yeah, I've done 2 coins. Everybody's really been happy.
I always thought chips were cool because people use them for like golf, and they look like poker chips. You know, it's kind of cool. But yeah, that's the front and the back. What about chip with dip? That would be probably like $45.
What's everyone's favorite dip to dip chips in?
Buffalo chicken.
If you had to take one dip and it was the only dip you could have for the rest of your life, I'll throw some considerations out there.
Dip, I dip. We all dip.
Nacho cheese, spinach and artichoke,
buffalo
French
chicken.
onion, buffalo chicken dip. Yeah. Ranch,
like
I feel like it's not really
ranch.
Yeah, are we talking about vegetables too, or just chips?
I don't know. That's up to you, man. You're making up the rules.
I would say
you go over the dips. I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. You good for a minute?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about somehow we started talking about dips, but this is fun. So the criteria is it's dippable food. So vegetables, pita bread, tortilla chips, that kind of thing, potato chips. So what dip would you keep as the only dip you could ever have? And I'm struggling to decide what mine would be. Guacamole would be on the menu too. It would be hard for me to not pick something made of cheese, like a queso fundido or a queso con carne or something. But it'd be hard to live without salsa too. So that's a struggle. Someone said Copenhagen. That's not what I'm talking about, Marco, but that's pretty funny. Roasted red pepper hummus. Yeah, hummus. Going to be a lot of votes for hummus. It's obviously very you can do more stuff with it. You put it in a sandwich. Guacamole, chili con queso, mustard for pretzels, French onion, churi queso, 7-layer dip. Oh, 7-layer dip's a clever answer because you got beans and cheese and whatever else the other 5 layers are. And then that would be a more versatile thing. Honey mustard. I don't consider honey mustard much of a dip. I mean, aside from maybe like, chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, I do like their honey mustard. Okay, so here's the next question. What is your favorite Chick-fil-A sauce? I have a tie between honey mustard and Polynesian. Yeah, we're talking about snacks. Let me know your favorite Chick-fil-A dip. Is it Chick-fil-A sauce? Is it Polynesian? Or honey mustard? Or ranch? Deep fried pepperoni and honey mustard, spinach artichoke. God's chicken. We get Chick-fil-A a lot around here. My son loves it, man. Honey mustard for Donnie. Oh, dude, I didn't know we had that in common. Nice. All right. For the chicken sandwich, are you going Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? Just for the basic chicken sandwich with the pickle on it. Which chicken sandwich is your favorite? This is a funny conversation. I'm getting hungry thinking about all this stuff. Popeye's chicken sandwich is the best, especially the blackened. Popeye's chicken. Ben, I like whatever's going on in the piece behind you. Thank you, bro. Isn't that cool? It was my grandparents bought it. I think it was made by an architect in Detroit and has all these it's like a bunch of individual little squares that are painted one little square at a time. I think he probably used masking tape to create a grid and painted them all, if I had to guess. Oh, Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. That's from, I didn't see that one coming. We have a Culver's around here, but I don't know if I've ever had, I don't know if I've ever eaten there before, maybe once. Anybody else's kids getting out of school next week? Or anybody's kids out of school this week? My kids both are getting out of school next week, and I am excited to not have to wake up every morning at 5:30 in the morning. Even though I'll probably not sleep any later than that, I don't have to get immediately out of bed. Wayne, we got In-N-Out Burger here in Phoenix, and it's good. Man, when they opened the first In-N-Out here, it had to be, I don't remember what year it was. I mean, if I had to guess, maybe 2010, just guessing, but it was by the Arizona State University campus. And I swear to God, for 2 or 3 years, that line wrapped the whole building and this giant parking lot. It was crazy. Culver's pretzel balls and cheese.
All right.
Still talking about food.
Oh, cool. I had to grab a drink. My throat was like dry as fuck. I'm a kid. I don't get out till June 19th, says Palmer.
Oh, man.
That's late, man.
Yeah.
I always was jealous when people got out of school end of May. Ours was always like mid-June.
Yeah, we get out. My kids are out end of May, and they start in August. I don't like the whole starting in August thing, man. It's like
that's the trade-off. They start in August.
Brutal here in August. Yeah. Good Lord. Hey, Miranda, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for the kind words. Spartans or Wolverines? Well, my dad was a Wolverine, and my sister was a Wolverine. I was a Sun Devil, so I don't have any allegiance to either. But all my buddies, most of my buddies, went to Michigan State, who were the Spartans. So,
who were didn't the Wolverines have the basketball? It was like the five guys.
The Fab Five.
Fab Five. That's what it is.
Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, whoever else. Of course, you're going to quiz me on that. I'd have to think about it.
I don't know them all either. Wasn't one of them the guy on the Celtics? I can't think of.
There was Chris Webber, Jalen Rose.
Right. Was Webber on the Celtics? I'm thinking of somebody.
I haven't watched sports in a while. Pretty much gave them up when my kids got to the point where I couldn't. It was either pay attention to them or sports.
I got back into baseball recently, which has been nice, and the Phillies have been good. Oh, did they end up losing, though? I think they probably did.
Juwan Howard. Yep. Thanks, buddy. And there was two more, and I think.
Oh, they almost came back, too. Damn, that sucks. Oh, well.
We're still talking about dip, smoked salmon dip. That sounds good.
It's only 3. Juwan Howard would be 3. What are the others?
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was a Wolverine. He was there, I think, around the same time I was in college, and he got drafted late in the pros, and it pissed him off.
Jimmy King.
Yeah, the Coyotes are gone. Jimmy King. Yeah, that's right.
And Ray Jackson.
Ray Jackson.
Those are the two. Chris Webber was the good one.
Yeah, Chris Webber. He's the one who called the timeout when they didn't have any timeouts. You remember that?
Nope.
It was a thing. Yeah, the Phoenix Coyotes, the hockey team, are moving to Salt Lake City.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they've struggled here financially to get it figured out.
Who's playing hockey in Arizona?
We have a lot of Canadians here. I just think there was some bad decisions. I'm going to sit here and, quarterback this from the couch. But when they first came down, they had they were trying to negotiate to build a stadium here in Scottsdale.
What do you mean came down? Where were they?
Or I guess came down when they came to Arizona, when they formed the team in Arizona. I don't know if they left.
Was it an expansion team that moved to Arizona? Or
I don't remember if it was a relocated team or if it was an expansion team. I don't remember. But because it's a long time ago now, but there was this site, a land site, and it was an old mall that got demolished. And I'm talking, it's like a perfect piece of property. And that would have been the place to put them because it's not far from the entertainment district in Scottsdale. And it's where it's kind of a higher rent district.
What's the name of the team?
The Phoenix Coyotes was the Phoenix Coyotes. But anyway, they couldn't get the deal done. And they moved them out to Glendale, which is on the west side of town. And there's an entertainment district out there, but it's surrounded by farm fields. And the football stadium's out there, but football is a once a week destination on a Sunday. No one minds driving Jets. Yeah, Winnipeg. No one minds driving out to Glendale to watch a football game. But who wants to drive out there from the East Valley on a Thursday night after work to watch a 2.5-hour hockey game?
And who wants to watch hockey in Arizona?
Dude, I'm telling you, we have the worst fair weather fans here anyway. It's a problem because everybody's from somewhere else.
Yeah, transplants. It's tough, dude.
It's real tough.
I remember when the Diamondbacks first got there, it was interesting to see because I think I lived in Tampa and we got the Rays around the same time, and it was dead. Nobody wanted to watch. Nobody wanted to go to the Tampa Bay Rays game. You had to go downtown Tampa. It was terrible. Tropicana Center or whatever. Horrible stadium. But it seemed like the Diamondbacks fans were really into it. And you guys have a fucking awesome stadium.
It's really nice. Donnie lives right next to it.
I've been there a couple times. It's really nice.
Yeah. And they set that team up for success. They built a nice stadium. They put it downtown. It's
and they drafted the right guys, dude. They got Randy Johnson.
Yeah, dude.
They got Luis
Gonzalez.
What was his nickname?
Gonzo, yeah.
And they had didn't they have the first baseman? I can't think of his name. Goldschmidt? That was later, but he was a really good player too. He ended up going to the Cardinals. I wonder what happened to him. Anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, hockey's gone. Sayonara. And it's too bad. I like watching professional hockey. It's like one of those games where if you watch it on TV, it's one thing, but it's just so much more intense when you go to watch the damn game. Because those guys are freaking huge, man. And they're cool, so athletic. And they hit so hard. It's
playoff hockey's not bad on TV.
Playoff hockey's bad. It's awesome. Yeah. Because the games are always so tight. And I'm from Detroit, like it's hockey town, you know, so it was kind of a big thing growing up.
Yeah, Red Wings are huge.
Someone said, do I ever think I'll do Timascus, Mokutai, Zirkutai scales? Todd, it's funny you asked me about that because I was just thinking about that, actually. I think so. Like, but I don't know if I do a huge batch of those. It would have to be like, you know, I don't know, like, can you
maybe
sell
like an exclusive for somebody?
Yeah, and I don't like. Do I got to source that stuff from the U.S. because it comes better here, and do I have to ship it over? Do you just use the Chinese stuff?
Their stuff's pretty good.
I gotta understand that.
You know, depending on the OEM, I guess. But we're starting to test it out with Kubi with their Timascus. They call it Zirkutai, but they sent me a picture. It's fucking Timascus.
Yeah.
And we just ordered a new design. Prototypes from Best Tech, and we did one that was like all pimped out, Zirkutai everything and Dama steel. We haven't done any of that yet because it's not really our style personally, so we haven't really done it, but enough people have asked.
Yeah.
But we'd probably just do like, we wouldn't order a whole shit ton of them. I mean, you do a small batch. Best Tech do that.
I don't really own.
Oh yeah, Kurt Schilling too.
Right. I don't really own much of that stuff, so I've never been that drawn to it because I don't ever buy it for myself. But that doesn't mean I don't like it. I've just never, it's never really been my style. But I'd like to maybe do like a pocket clip, you know, or the backspacer on one of the locking knives or something.
Why don't you just order some kits and sell them? That's the way you could do it. You could get kits for the gunslinger and then sell like the filler tab and the pocket clip.
I could do pocket clips and I could do
backspacer would be sick, dude.
The backspacers are ground to fit. Like they're all numbered. Just like on the slip joints. Yep.
Yeah. Even on the gunslinger?
Yep. That's how they do them. That's how they're finishing them. That's why they're so freaking spot on. The scales are
then
so
you got to
tight.
just do a small batch with those materials.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Or you got to get a dealer like Crane's Cutlery to buy them off you. They do everything Zirkutai.
Right. Now, do you think like on a knife like the gunslinger, if you did the titanium frames so that the bolsters were zirked out or moked out or whatever, like is that too much? Or are you better off? Yeah, like the titanium pieces.
Nah, that's
not on like a full tie version, a version with an inlay.
Yeah, like inlay is fine.
That's what I mean. So you'd have like a Moku type bolster, you know, like imagine the after hours jack with like a Moku type bolster.
I don't know. I think that's starting to look a little too gaudy for me.
I know. Yeah, I don't know if people like are into that kind of
thing. I like accents, you know. I like being able to sell a kit or something. You know, like this would be cool if we had like a Zirkutai kit where you got the pivots and the filler tabs and the clip or something, maybe the backspacer or just
that
whatever you could sell as a kit with Zirkutai. But I wouldn't do like the scale as Zirkutai. Like that's too much.
Miranda says a sharpshooter or gunslinger fixed blade, a Cyborg Tonto would be cool. Appreciate the suggestions. We've had other people.
Yeah, the Tonto has been a thing for a while.
Yep.
I forgot about it till right now. I actually expected you to do it because you seemed pretty interested in a Tanto Cyborg or Tanto.
Yeah, I put my energy into the Mini instead.
What's up, Troy? It's cracking, dude. Good to see you, man. And yeah, dude, Kurt Schilling, you guys fucking stole him from us. That's the one thing I always hated about expansion teams. You can just steal players. Like, you basically get to draft a player from every team, and I forget how they determine it, but you get like a certain pick or whatever. It's like,
right.
It's crazy. That's how they got Schilling and Randy Johnson, and they just like picked them off of teams. It's crazy. And then they won a World Series in like 2 years, I think, because of that.
How does it work in Pennsylvania? Because you got two baseball teams. Like, is it clearly divided? You like live on this half of the state. Yeah. You're this fan. You live on this half.
It's like
of the
a 5-hour drive to Pittsburgh.
It's a lot. I know it. But are there like Pittsburgh fans in Philly and vice versa, or is it like the lines are drawn?
You get
the business.
You get ridiculed if you're. Yeah, I think they've like thrown Steelers fans off like the freaking stands in at Lincoln Financial. So no, definitely defined. Yeah, I always find it interesting when you have a city like Chicago or New York where they have multiple teams. LA's just different because it's so spread out, but like Chicago, you have like, I think, what is it, like the north
Cubs
side
and
is all Cubs, and then the west side is all whatever. It's like interesting like that. And New York is the same way. We used to have two teams until the A's went to went to Kansas City.
Oh, back in the day.
And then they moved to Oakland, and the Royals ended up in Kansas City. But my grandpa used to tell me stories about, he was actually an A's fan, not a Phillies fan. And I looked at their history today, actually. The Phillies are the oldest professional sports team in the world or whatever. Like the oldest team to like consistently be in a city with the same name since 1883.
Wow. I wonder when the Tigers started up, because they're pretty old. I don't know if they're that old.
Tigers are probably pretty old. I don't know if they were always in Detroit.
I don't know.
Apparently the Phillies were actually originally in Worcester, Maine or something like that. And they moved to Philly in 1883. There's some wild history when you look that stuff up.
When I was a kid, we would go to baseball games at Tiger Stadium, that old ass building, you know?
Oh God.
And like they had
1901.
1901. Dude, They had the obstructed view seats. You ever see some of that shit in an old stadium before? There's like metal columns and you can't see the whole field. Yeah. So it's like a cheaper ticket. And so you're like,
yep. My grandpa he told me, I actually wrote a paper when I after college, I went to this, I worked for I did an internship at a historical site. And one thing I had to do was write an article for their newsletter. And I wrote it about my grandfather and him going in the A's back in the day. Cause it was like a time period thing. And he was telling me stories about going to Connie Mack Stadium here, and you'd literally, or no, it was Shibe Park, same thing. And you would literally get seats behind these pillars, and you couldn't see, you'd have to do this, or you just wouldn't see part of the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That is crazy.
Dude, that stadium now, that Tiger Stadium is gone, but they left the field on the ground because they were arguing about that shit. Do we tear it down? Do we not tear it down? It's a landmark. And the compromise is we'll leave the grass and we'll get rid of everything else. It's what the hell's the point of that?
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. That's a nice stadium.
Let kids play ball on it, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. It's like a historic site. I don't even know if they use it. And I don't even know if it's still there. Who knows? It's just random.
Yeah, Wrigley, Fenway probably have that. Fenway's freaking cool. Yeah, domes are okay. Where are you at, Jay? I've been to the dome in Toronto. It's okay. It's kind of the domes are kind of shit.
Dude, they're like a freaking holdback from the 70s. You know what I mean? They're
it's just
so
like
ugly.
a weird app. It's like the energy in there. I don't know, like you get like the echo effect kind of, and you're just in this giant dome.
Dude, the Lions used to play in one called the Pontiac Silver Dome. And that freaking thing had like 90,000 seats or something, nearly 90,000 seats, and they could never sell it out. And so the games were like blacked out, the home games back in the day. And like sometimes Ford would like buy out all the rest of the seats so that people could actually watch the game on TV. That thing, it just turned into like a monster truck arena, basically. It's like we're all just stuck in this dome breathing monster truck fumes.
I guess, Troy, but the Trop is just horrible. Like, just such a bad stadium. I think it's probably because I don't think it was made for baseball. You can tell when a city has a stadium that was made for the sport, It makes a huge difference. You guys have a cool stadium. You guys have the roofs you can open on all of yours.
Yeah, and the Arizona Cardinals field.
Yeah,
there's like the field itself can roll out of the building, so they can
wild.
Like sun
really
the grass.
Cool.
Yeah, the basketball stadium's pretty old. It's probably time to redo that at some point.
The Suns.
Yeah,
but the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals have really nice stadium.
Yeah, and where the Coyotes played wasn't bad out in Glendale, but it was like a great place to watch concerts and stuff. But it was like it was multi-purpose.
Yeah, and the Superdome. Well, the Astros got a new stadium, right? Not too long ago, I think.
So it just makes me think of like the 70s, man. Those domes, the 70s.
Yeah, the Astrodome was always, man. I remember watching games on TV, watching the Phillies play the Astros, Jeff Bagwell and shit. That stadium was crazy. The Astrodome.
Stadiums are so expensive to build now. They're insane.
Everything is.
Yeah.
Like everything's triple now.
Hundreds of millions of dollars and up.
Yeah. But a lot of places you can get they get like money from the city or
every single one of them.
Whatever.
No one there's tax districts, there's incentives, you can't there's so much economic draw from them that people will just pack their team up and take them somewhere else if they can't get the most amount of concessions possible.
Give the Eagles owner, Jeffrey Lurie, people give him shit because he's a billionaire, but he took money from the city and whatever to build.
How do you think he became a billionaire? He's shrewd.
Yeah. He invested like 30% or something like that, and they funded the rest. It's like, well, they're offering to do it. Why wouldn't you take the money? I mean, you're talking about a lot of money. Craig Biggio. Yeah, dude. Those guys were awesome to watch. I grew up watching those guys a lot. It always seemed like the Phillies were playing the Astros. And then back when the Astros were in the NL, and in our division, we have the Braves. So I saw so many Greg Maddux games, so many Schmaltz and Tom Glavine. Those guys were so damn good. It was always fun watching those games.
Oscar just breached the fence.
I can't remember the guy's name. Who was the center fielder for the Braves in like the late 90s? He was unbelievable. He was like a perennial Gold Glover. I can't remember his damn name. I think his last name was Jordan or Johnson or Jackson. One of those three.
Troy, have you ever been out to spring training before? Like, that's one of the cool things we got going on around here for baseball fans is Florida too, right? There's the we're the Cactus League, and what do they call it? The Citrus
Troy
League or something.
McGuire, Sosa, freaking monster.
Barry Bonds, bro. His head grew 10
Bonds.
sizes.
Hell yeah, dude. Chipper Jones. Oh, that's right. It was Chipper and Andrew Jones. I knew it was one of those. What did I say? Johnson, Jackson, and something. I didn't get it right, but it was Jones. Andrew and Chipper Jones. Chipper was an unbelievable player, too. Also, I just think that name is cool, Chipper.
Yeah.
Man, they had a good team, didn't they? Chipper, Andrew, Glavin, Maddox, and Smoltz all on the same team. And they had that catcher, too. Didn't they have a really good catcher? Like, defensively, at least.
We're going to bore some of the people in here, I presume. But
I don't give a shit.
they can watch Oscar chew the rawhide.
I do need to get a something for a giveaway. Probably wrap it up soon. I got to watch Bonds before the roids. Yeah, he was a dude. Before the roids, he was like unbelievable. He had power. He was fast as shit. Played great defense. He was he hit for average. Like, he was really good. He was a 5-tool player before steroids. And then he just fucking hit everything out of the park. David Justice, yeah, he was good too.
Dude, this is my job, Trevor. Every time I come home, these dogs go crazy and greet me, and then this guy grabs a rawhide and just drops it at my feet and stares at me like, you know.
Is it a rawhide or like a pizzle stick?
I don't. It's probably a. My wife's always buying different ones.
That's
not a rawhide.
Stick. You know what that is?
Bully stick. Yeah, it's a bull wiener.
Yeah, it's a wiener.
Yeah,
but they're good, man. Dogs, like, they'll chew on. The nice thing about it is they don't eat it in 4 seconds. It takes them a little while. Yeah. So you don't, because with a dog, you could just keep handing them treats and they would just keep taking them.
Yeah.
But you give him one of those, it keeps him busy for a couple hours.
Yeah, it's just he enjoys the company. He likes me to hold it because then he can really get after it. Otherwise, he's got to use his paws.
Right. Yep.
So this is how we bond. And then I like to, like when I eat snacks, they eat snacks. You know, I can't do the whole thing where like, oh, I'll never feed my dogs whatever it is I'm eating. I give them whatever I'm eating.
Yeah.
So I've created some little monsters, but dude, they love me for it. They love me for it.
My Lefty package has been held. I thought you said it cleared customs last week. I swear you said it went through. Everyone wants to bash the hitters for juicing, but yet pitchers were juiced out of their minds, so they had no choice. Secondly, steroids don't help you hit a baseball. Bonds needs to be in the hall.
I understand what Troy's saying because, first of all, there was no testing. So it's like if you're not doing it, you're at a disadvantage. That's basically what's happening. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then he's saying, like, steroids don't help you hit a baseball. They don't. They might help you hit the ball farther, but you got to hit the damn ball to begin with. It doesn't.
You have to have hand-eye coordination.
That's what I'm saying.
It can make your bat speed quicker, which will help you hit a baseball. Trust me.
No, but that will make the ball come off the bat faster. But that doesn't make you hit a ball where you would have otherwise missed.
Yeah, it would. Because if you have a guy who can't hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and then he's on steroids. Now his
coming around faster.
Now he can hit the ball.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I don't. Everybody was doing it. I see no reason why these guys shouldn't be in the Hall. It's the same thing like Pete Rose. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Everybody's betting on baseball now, and he's still not in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, everybody's always betting on sports. And then in addition, like all the high-level athletics, it's disheartening when you learn how things really are. But like Olympics, rife with cheating. Tour de France, all cheaters. You can't compete unless you're cheating in the Tour de France. Like there's nothing pure about high level athletics at all.
Well,
it's
these people have this insane drive to want to win. Like that's the only way you get that far, and you do shit to get there. That's how it works.
You'll do whatever it takes.
And it doesn't take away from the fact that these people are doing amazing things. Like I really don't care. I agree they should be in the Hall of Fame. And yeah, Roger Clemens was on steroids, Troy. So there's definitely pitchers known to be on steroids.
Derek asked a question. I live in Glendale. Is there anywhere in the valley I could handle Jack Wolf knives? Yes, Derek, there is. It's not super close to you, but if you're willing to hop on the 101 and loop it around to Cave Creek, loop it around and then head up towards Cave Creek, DNK Knives. He's on Cave Creek Road just south of Carefree Highway, and he has inventory.
Troy, it's not timing, it's bat speed. That's different than timing. Like your bat is moving faster now because you have more muscle.
But you still have to time it.
Yeah, but a guy who can't catch up to a certain pitch now can catch up because his bat moves faster. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think really that there's anything wrong with the guys doing steroids.
The other thing too is you're not going to
play the game. Like you're
not going to honor these guys and like look at what they did for the game at that time.
Right.
You know, it's like everybody got rich off of the ticket sales and the promotion and the hype that those guys created. Like that was a national, what's what I'm looking for? Like phenomenon, you know, it was a national phenomenon. Sometimes baseball is just so far out of the spotlight outside of people who are into it. Like people could care less what's going on in a regular summer baseball game. But all of a sudden you got these home run chases and now everybody cares.
Those were the best.
Crazy.
But like Bonds was basically a Hall of Famer before he did steroids. Like he was unbelievable. Sosa, on the other hand, I feel like that guy couldn't hit the side of a fucking barn until he was on steroids. So, and you could see it after he stopped. He was so bad. Like McGuire was pretty good. The best ones were the guys like what was that guy's name? It wasn't Tommy. It was that other guy and his brother. That guy who played for the Yankees.
The A's. Oh, Giambi.
Yeah, it was Giambi.
Yeah.
Jason and his brother. We had the brother for a little while. That guy it was so obvious. Jeremy? Yeah,
Jeremy.
It was Jason and Jeremy Giambi.
Those
guys are hilarious.
It just got so obnoxious with how big those dudes were getting. Like, it was just, there was no denying it. It was like, it's like, we could have let this go under the radar, maybe, but no, not anymore.
Good shit.
That shit was exciting, man. That was exciting. You had people watching baseball games who would have never watched a baseball game.
Yeah. Best lineup. Well, Berkman in his prime was fucking unbelievable. I feel like he really fell apart though, didn't he? Bell he is such an underrated guy. That's a hell of a infield. Biggio played second, right? I know he was a catcher, but then I think he also played center, I think. That guy was incredible. He could hit. But that would be first, second, and third right there. That's a good infield. Berkman, I forget where he played. He played like right field or something. I never liked those guys who could hit, but like they just played like left field. That always bugged me because it's like you might as well be a fucking DH. Now they have the DH, it's so much nicer watching games. I'm sure Ben will pop back in. He just got kicked out. But it's nice watching games with the DH now because watching pitchers try to hit was always the stupidest.
Sorry, dude. I closed my browser by accident. That was dumb.
Bobby Abreu was awesome. He could hit, man.
Is there a way?
I was thinking of that guy on the Brewers, Ryan Braun. Like that guy could hit. I think he was juicing too. He was kind of like the last vestige of the guys trying to get away with PEDs or whatever. But he was the worst defender ever. Or like Pat Burrell. Pat Burrell was just a huge liability in left field.
Let me answer Miranda's question real quick. Is there a way for me to purchase a Feel Good and Low Drag sticker? My toddler got to mine. Miranda, just email me support@jackwolfknives.com and we'll work it out tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, but Troy, you could be a good first baseman or a good left fielder. Like Abreu was a decent right fielder. But, you know, some of these guys didn't even try. Like, they basically just had bad luck. They should have been drafted in the American League, but they weren't, so they couldn't be the DH. So you have to stick them in left field. It's like when the Red Sox would come to town, they would stick David Ortiz in left field or try to squeeze him in at first base or something. But, you know, he's a DH.
What's the logic behind having a DH in one league and not the other?
It was just tradition.
No, but like what? Like they've been changing so much shit about baseball, you know, like pitch clocks and you know that like they're changing stuff to try to like why keep that rule in place?
They didn't. They got rid of it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, like 5 years ago or so. The DH is gone, or is it's in both places now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it started with, I can't remember if it started with spring training or playoffs where they added it. And then it eventually just the thing here, we can stop talking about sports after this, but my biggest pet peeve with the new rules in baseball, the one that literally just drives me up a wall, is the fucking ghost runner on second base in extra innings. You watch an amazing game and you're just watching like a pitcher's duel, or you're watching teams like, you know, just strategically getting runs and tying each other. It's just like really good games. You get to the 10th inning and they throw a motherfucker on second base to start the inning. And it's like, just kills the whole atmosphere. I think it does.
Seems unnecessary. They're like, we got to end this game.
No, yeah, they want to speed it up. That's the whole point. The clock is okay. I actually don't mind it. The bases being bigger, I didn't know they did that. The pickoffs, I didn't even know that one either. The ghost runner is the one that just kills me. And then the rules about sliding, like, because Chase Utley would just destroy people. He literally wouldn't even slide into the bag. He would just slide right at the fielder and fucking try to knock his ass over and lose the ball. And now you never see guys go after anybody at second base. I don't know. Some of the stuff they did is annoying. And now everybody gets hurt. Like, everybody's got a hamstring injury or whatever. Like, you're not going to stop injuries. So you should let them freaking have contact. Randy Johnson was unbelievable. That guy was a monster. All right. I'll stop talking about it. How does that affect the player's batting average since they are on base? Does that affect RBIs?
No more sports talk.
Well, so that's the other thing. It's an unearned run. So your closer could blow the game and not get a run counted against him because the guy on second is just put there by the rules. It's the worst rule I've ever fucking heard of. But it literally has stopped. You know, you'd have the occasional like 19 inning game or whatever, which I thought as like a diehard baseball guy, those are the best fucking games. When you watch Jimmy Rollins pitching in the 19th inning, like it's just cool. Like that was baseball. They're taking that shit away. It's annoying. All right. Yeah, he still gets an RBI because you're batting in a run. It's just stupid.
What are we giving away today?
find out. Yeah. Oh, how about this Kershaw? That'll be good. Ooh. We could do that Kershaw and this. We'll do this Kershaw and a pen. It's a pen fidget. No, not the elephant. I forgot. Where is that? Oh, it's up there. Anybody want to buy my elephant? $200 elephant. I'll sell it for $100. So this is a fidget pen, I guess. It's made by the guy from Ravenlock and US made or whatever. Check out ravenlock.com. But anyway, he made this like tube with magnets in it. And it pops onto the end of the pen and you can like drive it down. It's kind of interesting. It's a little too like big for my hand to be spinning it around. And then you can rotate this thing as well, and it kind of like, and a pen will come out of here. Anyway, that, and then I have this Kershaw. This is the Iridium, and this is the one with the aluminum topo pattern. It's actually like milled in. These little rivers are milled in. Cool. It is actually really cool in person.
Yeah, looks good.
And then 14C on the blade. I actually really like this one. I just have too much shit, and so somebody's going to win this.
I'm going to answer a question real quick. But first of all, I had to laugh about this. And I thought Live's talking about slip joints was boring, but then you start talking about baseball. Hold on, let me put my sleep apnea mask on. And then someone says, Ben, which is your favorite color of the new Jack Wolf Mini Cyborg? Michael, I don't know. I've been kind of going back and forth on these. I'm like this week I've been really drawn to the pink and black and the full tie. But like last week I couldn't put down the chaotic and this one. I guess this one maybe doesn't excite me the most because I have a dark matter orange big one. And we got so much new stuff on the menu that I'm kind of excited about the new stuff, you know. But I think anybody who's interested in this knife, I think you'll really be happy with it. It's not too small. I want to get that across to you. It's like, it's a full-size knife. It's a full-size pocket knife. If this had a pocket clip on it and a frame lock, it might feel too small. But as a slip joint that goes in your pocket, it's perfect. You can get all 4 fingers on it. You don't compromise the open and close. It's not like you're dickering around with something small.
It's little bro size.
Yeah, it's everything you need and nothing you don't. And the fidget factor of these is off the fucking chart.
Yeah,
off the chart. Look at that thing jump. You can even see it.
Malcolm, maybe the steel one, but definitely keeping the titanium one. More frame locks. I won my only Jack Wolf from Lefty. Midnight Jack Chaotic Resin. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. Yeah, that was a sick giveaway.
What's my take on Arno Bernard's slip joints?
Those are good.
Yeah, is that the one you had?
No, it's the one that Colin bought at Blade Show last year. I don't know if you handled it.
That's the South African dude, right?
They are, but you're thinking of Trevor Berger one I brought to your
table. But I know the Arno Bernard, that's his knives look kind of Chris Reevish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, his stuff's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, it's called the Rinkus or the something like that. It's a good knife.
I've never owned any, but I'm a big fan of whatever those guys do. And I heard they give good customer service if you have any kind of issue. So like 2 thumbs up.
They do for sure.
Which is cool when someone's overseas that they'll take care of you, you know. I'm glad you like it. Miranda, this came out awesome.
Yeah.
This is freaking cool. And like notice they did my lighting's not good enough to pick up the stone washes, but yeah, there we go. It's like all on the spring and everything. It's rad.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming to check that out at Blade Show.
Yep. I'm excited for Blade Show, man. I really am. I want to see everybody.
Yeah, seems like it's been a while. It really hasn't, but I don't know.
Well, it's because Texas was in February. The Notorious Slippy and the Jack Wolf Slippy are on the top of my list to try one day. Right on, brother. The story behind TSA knives getting Jack Wolf seconds. Yeah, I'll tell you, Derek. So we inspect everything before they're packaged and sold. And we call out seconds out of every batch. It's usually like 1% or less. So there's not many. And I'll sell those sometimes to friends. I don't put them on my website or anything, but like, hey, if anybody's listening to this, if you ever want to check in on me and say, hey, Ben, do you have any seconds? Like if I got some on the shelf, I'll sell them to you for a discount. Depending on the nature of the flaw, it would dictate how much I mark it off. But I started to accumulate like quite a few of those. And I didn't know what to do with them. I'm like, man, like they'd be great to sell at a show, but the only problem is people want to know what the blemish is. And then it's like, I can't open and close these things all day. And like, that's not practical. But I never thought about, and I thought like, oh, I could do a sale on these things, but then I got to make listings for all of them. And I was just like, I ignored it, and the pile got bigger. And then Erin from TSA Knives hit me up. She's like, if you ever want to sell me any factory seconds, I'll take the time to do it right. I was like, let's make a deal. So it was kind of a one-time thing when I had accumulated a bunch of them. I'm sure we'll do it again. It will be a while, like probably next year kind of thing.
That'd be cool, like once a year.
Yeah, exactly. It helps me kind of get rid of them. I just prefer to sell to dealers. I move things out quickly. It's kind of nice for me.
It's support@jackwolfknives.com.
Yep. Ben, each time I turn into a stream, this hair is getting wilder and wilder. That is correct. I've been growing this mullet in anticipation for Blade Show. So it'll be beautiful for you guys.
Nice.
Oh, Miranda, you're going down the GEC rabbit hole. Have fun.
Yeah,
they got some really cool stuff. If you're into the traditional knives, they make the best American-made traditional knives available right now that are production. Yep. So that answers that question.
All right, let me get this giveaway.
Let's do it.
Shut up.
Let's do hashtag Cyborg, I guess. That's what we did on KC's live. It's not very creative, but oh, these sound so good. Are you guys picking that up?
There we go. So just to be clear, this is for the pen and the iridium. Oh, I was wondering, what does it smell? I was like smelling the iridium like something. It's this fucking pen, I bet. The brass on here. I hate brass and copper. They're literally they're like the worst thing for me to touch. Disgusting.
I love how copper looks. I don't like that smell either on my hands. I know what you're talking about.
I think it's like has a reaction with my hands specifically. It's super annoying.
You are extra sweaty and extra acidic, toxic, yes. I guess you could say.
Not as much now because I quit drinking, but
maybe it's all that
summer for sure.
All that Flonase you've been doing.
What?
It's all that Flonase you've been doing.
Apparently.
What's up, Oscar?
Brings out the ass juice, you know?
Yeah, it's flowing. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. Love the beard. Kev's jealous.
Nah, man. I shaved mine off. It got just a little too long. I think I'm going to be a winter beard guy.
You just couldn't hang with the mustache, huh? You had to keep shaving the mustache off?
No, the mustache was fine. After I got used to it. But I just got to a point where I just wanted to shave it come spring. Just felt like a spring cleaning, you know?
Yeah. Oscar. Come sit with us.
You have that thing where the whole nostril passage is fucked? You mean deviated septum or whatever? I don't think so. I just always had like a stuffy nose, nasally kind of. If you watch my old videos, a lot of people would comment on it and be like, dude, you sound like you're fucking sick all the time. And I probably still have it somewhat, but I feel like the Flonase has helped a lot. Like personally, I can breathe a lot better. And it's not like Afrin where you get addicted to it and your nose like rebounds and you get rebound congestion, which is horrible. Like one time I got sick, I think it was when I had COVID. I can't remember. And my nose was so stuffed up, like it was hard to breathe. So I started using, it wasn't Afrin, but it was something with that opidametazole in it or whatever. And it says on the thing, don't use for more than 3 days in a row. And of course, it worked so well. I used it for like 5 days, 6 days in a row. And then I stopped using it. And it literally causes rebound congestion. Like, what it does is it has, I think it's a steroid or whatever it is, the opidametazole or whatever. It shrinks your blood vessels in your nose so that you can breathe, right?
Right.
But then when your blood vessels, if you use it too many times in a row, too many days in a row, when you stop using it, your blood vessels literally rebound and they blow up bigger than they were before you used it. And then you literally, like my nose, I couldn't breathe at all through the nose for like, I think it was like 4 or 5 days, and then it cleared up. It's called rebound congestion. So there's literally people who have been using Afrin for like years.
There's no
They
free
can't
lunch.
stop using it. So anyway, if you have allergies, I think what is it called? Flonase works really well. I get the Sensimist one because my nose would like, I do the regular Flonase and then you get like a shot of it and it's just like disgusting.
Yeah, down the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Like,
The sensitive one is nice. It's just like a real fine mist and you don't really smell anything.
Slippy's baseball and now Kev's sinuses. This really went off the rails, didn't it?
What's up, Steve? I saw your Facebook post today. I hadn't been on Facebook in like a month. And I saw a post where you got secondaries into a single emitter light. That looked awesome. So, can you make me one?
What are you doing this weekend, Kev?
I don't know yet. I got these guys. They're still working on my deck. They put the boards down today. So we finally got to like walk out there and it's going to be pretty sick. So I don't think they're going to finish tomorrow though. So probably be another week before I can actually like crank on the heater and get in the pool. But yeah, I think we have a birthday party for my daughter's like schoolmate or daycare friend or whatever at a trampoline park. That's about it. Somebody wants to talk about contacts?
I upgraded my contacts.
So did I.
Yeah, I got the ones that are supposed to protect your eyes from the light from the computer screen.
Oh, you got the Oasis Max?
I think so. The AccuView Oasis something.
Yeah. I switched to the AccuView Oasis astigmatism ones. They don't have the Max for astigmatism. Just so you know, apparently all the blue light shit is bullshit.
Probably. Yeah. What I like about these though is that like the material is a little thicker and it holds its form better.
Yeah.
And like I have way less problems with them getting kind of out of shape or.
What were the ones you wore before?
AccuView Moist, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So the difference is AccuView Moist is a hydrogel contact. AccuView Oasis is a silicone hydrogel.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
could
a little
tell
bit
that-
thicker, but it's way more breathable.
Yeah, I like wearing them better. I wore
Yeah.
those moist for like over a decade for sure.
And they're easy to get in and out. They're like, and dude, these are by far the best when it comes to staying hydrated. Like mine, I'd be doing this live stream with you and I'd be like,
Yeah.
like they would dry out so bad.
Yeah.
These still do it occasionally. Like if I stare at a screen and don't blink, it'll start to dry out. But once I just blink a little bit, they go right back to being like perfect.
Yeah.
So
They're
I
more
absolutely love it.
expensive,
It was a EDC buddy, Brian, that told me to try these. Thank God he did, because I tried like 4 different kinds, and these were by far the best.
Yeah. I think they're twice as expensive as the moist, but I don't care. It's like the most important thing
they are
put on
pricey.
every day.
But I'm like, it was like $1,000 basically for a year. It's like,
yeah,
I'll spend that all day.
Yeah.
To have
versus like 600. Yeah.
It's the same thing I talk about when people like, you talk about buying like a mattress and people are like cheaping out on mattresses. And I'm like, dude, you literally spend a third of your life on that thing. Get a good one. Like,
yeah, dude.
It's so funny the things that people will cheap out on, like contacts. I wear them every single day. Like
damn near every waking minute. It's like, and you
I
rely
try.
on them to see, you know.
Yeah.
I take mine out when I come home. I shower, take out my contacts.
I need
You're
to
supposed
do
let
that,
your eyes
but
breathe, dude. You gotta let them
I
breathe.
kind of do it the other way. Like because I work at home, so I'll get up in the morning, I'll put my glasses on and sit down in front of the computer, work till like whenever I feel like it. Usually it's like noon or like 2, and then I'll go shower, and then I'll put them in, and then I'll wear them the rest of the day.
Yeah, as
I
long
take
as
them
you
out
get,
before bed.
yeah, as
But
long
my
as you
eyes
have,
get to breathe in the morning.
you want to have at least 4 to 6 waking hours a day without them.
Yeah, I would think that's probably a good thing, because when you sleep, you're closing your eyes. They're not breathing.
It's the waking hours.
There's some people who sleep in them, and there's like contacts that are rated for sleeping. That
The worst.
that like scares the shit out. And with
I used to do
dailies,
it when I was a kid, because I was too lazy to take them out, and then I was like had terrible habits cleaning them, and they would just get crusty and nasty. I think back to the way I used to manage that. And I'm like,
well,
oh,
that's what if you get dailies, I bet you there's so many people that they switch to dailies and then they never do that, because even if you're in bed and you forget, you just go throw them on your nightstand and you go to sleep.
I can't tell you how much those daily disposables changed my life, dude. Because before that, I hated contact lens maintenance. I'm just not a big fan of maintenance in general.
I've been trying to convince my wife to get them. She likes the monthly she has because they're cheaper, right? And I'm like, makes no sense. Especially she doesn't wear them a lot, so I'm like, you could get dailies, buy a 3-month supply, and it would probably get you through a year, and you don't have to open a month pack, and then like you can only wear them for that month. So it's just kind of weird. If you don't wear them all the time, why would you get monthly? Get dailies, it'd be cheap as shit.
Being stubborn.
She'll switch next time she goes to the eye doctor. She's definitely going to switch. But why aren't you able, Betty?
Some people's vision can't be corrected with them.
Well,
or they might have a cataracts or like the shapes of their eyes.
Well, once you hit like 40, 45, everybody gets.
I know, dude. Reading glasses.
Do you use reading glasses or?
Not yet. I'm 43. I'll be 44 in November, and it's like.
But they make multifocal contacts.
That's what I'm hopefully going to be able to get to.
And they make them in the brand that you just switched to. They have them.
Yeah. But every year the eye doctor's like, you probably got another year or two.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool.
But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for, because then I'm screwed because I have an astigmatism. It's like the amount of options for contacts that have astigmatism and multifocal is like 2, and they're both monthly.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Well, you might just need to throw some readers on. People do
that was what I was like, I'll just get readers for whatever.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you're used to putting glasses on your face, so it won't be that big of a change for you.
Right.
I have a minor astigmatism, but it's not as bad as yours.
Or you can do monovision, where they put like one contact handles distance and one contact handles up close.
Seems weird.
Yeah, but apparently some people do better with that than multifocal.
Yeah, I guess it's just whatever your brain likes better. November what? November 11th. 11/11, easy to remember. Just wear glasses, man. I hate wearing glasses.
I hate them too. So if you didn't go your whole life wearing them, you did, I think.
I went my whole childhood, but dude, when I turned like 12 or 13, I got contact lenses and I never looked back.
Right.
But I always had I'm pretty blind. I'm like -5, I think, or -4.75 in both eyes. So I got to have something.
It's not that bad, but it's
pretty bad, dude.
It's hard to see without anything, right?
I can't drive without them.
Some people are like -12. I mean,
yeah, that's severe.
Yeah.
But I guess what
mine's
I'm saying
not
is
that bad. Mine's like -1 or some shit. Like it's not, it's for me, it's more the astigmatism that's shit.
Yeah. But I got to have glasses around because if I take my contacts out, I have to put glasses on. I cannot function.
Yeah, I can even work sometimes without them. It's just like,
oh my gosh,
it's harder. A lot of it's because my my like up close vision is fine. There's nothing wrong with my up close vision. It's just further once you get like 2-3 feet away, like a screen can be a little bit annoying. So
I talked about this before, but do you know that being nearsighted, which is where you can't see far away, which is you know what I have, it's an epidemic.
Yes, for kids because of the iPads and shit.
Well, but it started well before iPads. It's just from not being outside a lot when you're formative and looking at things that are far away.
They say you should have your kids outside. They need to be outside for at least 2 hours a day to try to combat that.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is that hard.
No, but it's an epidemic. Like the percentages are insane. It's like super
it's because kids are inside playing video games with their friends on the internet instead of playing, football or manhunt like we did.
Throwing like mud at each other and stuff, like whatever they had to do.
We had a blast, man. We would ride our bikes to the mall.
Yeah.
Do dumb shit. He says I just started wearing readers at 53. So you never know, man. You might get another 10
you made
years.
it a long way, Paul. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm nearsighted. Yeah. I always feel like it's backwards, but
it is backwards. Yeah.
Not really, though.
If you're near, well, right. Depends on how you look at it. Nearsighted means you can't see things far away.
Which makes sense. You can see near.
Correct. But it seems counterintuitive for some reason.
Right, it does.
Because you're describing your condition, which is what's wrong with you, not what's right about you.
Yeah.
That's why it's backwards.
No, astigmatism is genetic mostly. But
the nearsightedness has been it's an epidemic.
Myopia, they call it, I think, is it can develop because you don't use the muscles in your eyes or your whatever that let you adjust for distance. So if you go your whole life not looking at things at a distance, your vision at a distance is going to get worse.
Yeah. And
kids are just in their house on TVs and iPads and whatever, and they're not seeing at a distance. So it's just causing a lot of kids to need glasses.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Which is pretty crazy, honestly, because I thought it was just like, that's like kids who have like a lazy eye. It like a lot of times it's because the one eye isn't like, I don't know. It's like they have a cross eye kind of thing going on because the one eye is not doing something. So over time, the muscle just gives up basically. And then they have this like lazy eye, but you can like train that out by having them do like therapy, looking at certain things, and it'll correct itself. Yes, myopia is nearsightedness. Exactly.
Let's do the draw, bro.
That's probably how I got it from like playing video games. I figured out I needed glasses because I just kept buying bigger TVs. In my 20s, I went from like a 40-inch to a 50 or 47 to a 52, and then finally a 65. And then I was like, probably should look at contact or glasses. All right, we got 113 entries.
Let it rip. I started to not be able to read the chalkboard in 2nd grade.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
Those glasses back then did not look cool. Dude, we don't know how to say it, but congratulations.
Zytian? Is that how you would say it?
Or is it supposed to be like Christian or something?
Oh, yeah, that's true. It could be
Borjan. You're going to have to type
what's his name? Tesla guy?
Elon. You're going to have to type the phonetic name, how to pronounce your name phonetically in the chat. That's the condition. Pronounce Christian. Okay. Yeah, I figured that out. I feel smart. Is it Borjan? Did we say that right?
There's my email address, Christian. You can shoot me an email with your address. I'll get this out to you.
Congratulations, bro.
That's a crazy name. I've never seen that name. We were thinking of names for our kid.
Oh, what are you leaning on? Or what's
I think we're going to go with Oscar with a K. It's a German name. I'm German. I was born there.
I dig it. Of course, you're naming him after my dog, and I appreciate that.
Oh, your dog's name is Oscar?
Yeah, dude, with a C, but...
Okay. Yeah, I like the K move.
Yeah, that's cool.
But originally we were thinking Liam, but then I kind of was like, Like, I'd rather it be German than Irish. And then we found out Liam is apparently like the #1 name right now for boys, which immediately makes me want to not use that name.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. Like, I want to go against the grain. If it was a girl, I was locking in on Freya. I really like that name for some reason. I don't know why.
It's not like some kind of Viking god name.
Yeah. Cool name. Uhtred. Son of Ulrid. No way Oscar's in the top 3. Is it? That can't be a popular name. I've never met anybody named Oscar. No Adolf. Yeah, nobody names their kid Adolf.
Pretty much off the table.
Yeah.
At this point, he ruined it for everyone.
Of course, that's where they would go, right? Just because I said exactly. I'm German.
It's low-hanging fruit, man.
That's apparently discrimination. You're offending me right now.
Yep. You're gonna have to go find a safe space because you're triggered.
Yeah, Oscar the Grouch. I think that'll be cool. When he gets grumpy, we can be like, dude.
You're like, here's your trash can.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Paul is very popular. Okay.
Well, those Bible names will always be popular.
Yeah. Most of the Oscars I know hate Hispanics.
What?
No, he said he.
Well, I think he needs to say are Hispanic. Yeah. Oscar. It's Oscar.
Yeah, I guess. That's how my mom will say it. Oscar.
Yeah.
I think it's a good name. You got to have a name, you know what I mean?
Yep, I like it. I approve. I'm a big fan of the name, obviously.
And every name, like my brother has 2 sons, and his first son's name is Kobus, Kobus. And his second son's name is Karsten, Karsten.
I've heard that name before.
They moved to Holland a few years ago. And I think they're like Dutch names, South African names like that.
Yeah.
And when we first heard Kobus, I'd never heard it before. Probably had the reaction you're having where you're like, oh, that's just fucking weird. And we all were like, I don't know if you should do that. Like, and
right.
Now it's like just, to me, it's just like a normal name. That's it. That's who he is. Like his name, he's Kobus.
Yeah.
We call him Cobes, you know, and then Karsten, you know, his nickname's Cars. But that's just like, you got to just pick a name and go with it, and it'll become that person. Like, doesn't matter.
Of course. It's just a noise you make with your mouth that we agree to assign to this person.
But it's easy for people to be like, I don't know. Like, maybe you should name them, because they think they can change your mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why people usually don't tell you what they're going to name their kid, because they just want to be like, this is the kid's name. And you can't do shit.
Yep.
My name is Jim Tomey. That's awesome. I think I still have a Tomey jersey. Like a Nike Phillies jersey. It's some wild one I got at Sports Authority when I lived there, or I worked there when I lived there.
You should name him Kubi Concept Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think so. I have a customer at work with the name Adolf. Is he like 95? Because I'm guessing he was born before 1944.
What about a good German name? What about Augustus, like the kid in Willy Wonka?
Augustus? That's not German though. That's
but he's the German kid in Willy Wonka.
That's like Roman.
He falls in the chocolate.
I know.
Lake, gets sucked.
He's the one who's like eating everything.
Yeah. Augustus.
Augustus. 9. And he gets sucked up the pipe.
Yeah.
And his mom is like freaking out. He's just like shoving chocolate in his face.
I love that movie. All the remakes.
He's a black dude in his 30s. All right. Well, his parents are just ignorant. Like, they literally don't know. They didn't know that name was tied to somebody terrible. Augustus Gloop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Did you see the new Willy Wonka movie?
No.
It's good.
I saw the one with Johnny Depp. That was however many years ago.
No, this is like came out like last year.
I really struggle with all these remakes, man. It's hard for me to sit down.
This one's not a remake. This one's it's I guess a prequel. It's like how he became Willy Wonka. I thought it was really good.
All right.
Yeah, they're not trying to remake anything in it. It's like how he starts his shop.
I just love the first one.
Yeah, Gene Wilder.
Yeah, dude, it's just so good. It's like,
of course, it's a classic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of terrible movies that come out these days. Like, so whenever there's one that's like pretty good, I'm like, all right, nice, because it's pretty rare that there's a good one. You know what I mean? I watched Aquaman 2. That was a decent action movie, but you know.
Let me do these knives one more time for the audience. Someone just asked.
And
then we'll wrap
Furiosa is hot. Is that a movie? I don't know.
It's a new Mad Max movie.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not interested. It's gonna be just action, basically.
This is Kieranite Cosmic Pink DLC.
Cosmic Pink?
Cosmic Pink. We had Cosmic Purple on the Gunslingers, and this is the pink version.
Paradise.
And then I want to show this off.
Pink Paradise would have been.
We're going to drop these soon. This is pink shell cordovan with a...
That's what that stuff's called.
Yeah, shell cordovan with a foil embossed stamp. Black foil, black thread. Essentially the perfect companion for this thing. And then there's other colors of these too. There's emerald green with gold. There's black with silver, and then there's purple with white.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Okay, the next one is chaotic resin. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's going to be a while before you see more chaotic resin.
I like that color scheme with those. I think I like it better than the midnight one, because purple and green and white and black just looks good.
Yeah. And all I told him was, I just want something with some green in it. You figure it out otherwise. So, dude's a stud.
I think that one will probably be the most popular.
It's going to be the pink or the chaotic. I'm not sure. Probably the chaotic when you think about the masses. Okay, this is Blast and Tumble, white marble carbon fiber. And there's more tumble marks than is coming up with this poor lighting. Dark matter orange.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
Belt satin.
With a sexy slip from Troy.
Yep.
Check this out. It's black on this side.
Oh, I've not thought about doing a two-tone. That's really clever. I'm going to steal that. Let it be known.
Pretty sick.
And then full tie, hand satin, purple anodized hardware.
That's a good look, man.
It is. Yep. That's a classy knife. And these are going to be available starting tomorrow. Dealer list on my website. We're going to do a leather drop next week. I got slips coming from Troy in the small size that are going to match these, or that are going to fit these. Nice. So I'll have Troy slips. I'll have Taylor Cortez slips. And I restocked T-shirts and hats on my website. And I modified the T-shirt to put the company name on the front instead of just the wolf head this time.
Nice.
And we restocked hats. I have flex fits in small, medium, and large XL. So I have both sizes of flex fits. And I got Richardson 112s. And they have puff embroider. So those have all been restocked. What else? Check out Jack Wolf Knives Worldwide, our Facebook group. It's dope. And you guys are awesome. Someone asked, why will it be a while before the chaotic resin? It was very difficult for them to work with. And so they basically told me, don't send us any more of that stuff. Now I'm pushing back on that because I really want to use it. But I've been working with the guy to like reformulate it so it doesn't bend as much during the manufacturing process. And I say bend, I don't mean bend, but I mean like come out of flat. It was hard to work with. So it's just going to be a while before I send more. And it's very expensive on top of that. Like I probably should have charged more for those and I just didn't. So frankly, like this is probably, you're getting the most for your money here because it has a hand satin and this resin, if that matters to you. But I would just say buy whichever one you like. These are sweet.
Yeah.
Price point $300 regardless of the flavor. The price is going to be the same at every dealer. There's no discounts or coupon codes. Some dealers are charging sales tax because they have to. Some don't.
Some have free shipping.
Some have free shipping. Some don't. I always can encourage people to support the small guys. Especially now when there's not as much buying going on. The big guys will survive, but the small guys need your love too, and they'll give you the best customer service. So just food for thought. Hey, thanks, Miranda. She said the shirts are good quality. Yeah, they're Hanes Beefy tees. So 100% cotton. They're expensive.
That's what this is, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not the like softest in the world.
I tried the tri-blend, but they shrink too much. Like
I don't like them.
It's hit or miss with fitting.
They're great when they're new.
All of a sudden, you love the shirt, and then all of a sudden you wash it, and your ass crack's hanging out, and it's like, great. These are, they can get a little hot sometimes, but
they're quality.
Fit well.
Yep.
Yeah. If you got man boobs like me, they don't stick out too much. They're good.
Right on.
All right, cool. And that drop is tomorrow at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Eastern.
Time. There's links to all the dealers that I have affiliate links with, and then there's a link to the dealer list down in the description if you guys want to check it out. I would recommend you kind of find a dealer you like and then stick with that dealer. You know?
I agree.
I would highly recommend Austin at Traditional Pocket Knives.
Yes,
dude's awesome. And I think, is he doing the thing where he's listing every knife individually?
Yeah, he lists them individually. He has a points program.
Does he do it for all the knives or just the ones with variations like chaotic?
I don't know the answer to that. I think when it makes sense to do it, he does it. Like it wouldn't make sense to do it on the titanium ones.
Right.
Right. But yes, I agree. It's nice to have that connection because, you know, you build that relationship with the guy and maybe he does you a favor someday. You know, hey, set one of those aside for me. I know they're going to be popular. I'm not suggesting they'll do that for you, but it's good to have a relationship, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, House of Blades is another good one too.
House of Blades is dope. Those guys are awesome. I really like my dealers. I got to tell you, I dealt with that big box store, Sportsman's Warehouse. What a night and day different experience than dealing with the mom and pop dealers. Like, holy cow.
Yeah. Dealers are awesome.
And they're all going to be at Blade Show. So it's like you should meet some of these folks. You buy knives from them. They're super cool. Yeah. I want to meet Justin one of these days at White Mountain. I don't even know what the dude looks like.
I don't think he wants anybody to know what he looks like. I'm pretty sure at this point.
It's funny, right?
He never goes to shows. But you know what? He's a good dude.
Super good.
I mean, he never misses like paying for stuff.
No.
He's always like doing nice shit. Like he's just a good dude.
He's dialed. He's just private.
And did you know Chris has a twin? They both work at House of Blades.
Chris Valdez?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were twins.
I think his twin is like a buyer. I met them both at Blade, Texas. They bought stuff from our table and they both came over and I was like, what? They look identical to me. So it would be crazy if they weren't twins. So anyway, I just thought that was cool. I can't remember the other brother's name, though. I feel bad, but it's Chris and somebody.
Chris's name is Cristobal. It's
Full
not Christopher. It's, Cristobal.
That's why it's K-R-I or C-R-I-S.
Yeah, Cristobal. I think it's cool. I like those like Hispanic names. They're cool. Cristobal. It shows up on his email. Cristobal.
But it's not Valdez, right? It's Valadez. It's spelled differently.
Is it? Maybe I just recognize it and told myself.
I think I asked him once how to pronounce it, and he didn't answer, and I thought I offended him or something.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
It's like V-A-L-A-D-E-Z.
Yeah, Valadez. You're right.
I just don't know how you say that properly.
That was my bad. I thought you see that and your brain sees one thing.
They are identical to. Oh yeah, you were probably right now. Yeah, you were probably right there at the show.
Dude, how many times have I probably been talking to one and I thought I was talking to the other?
At a show, probably.
Yeah, at a show,
probably happened. Yeah.
So you don't even know how to tie your own shoes towards the end of the show. You get so brain dead.
Oh, dude, it's pretty rough. And Texas, I was sick too. It was brutal, man.
Dude, you were dying.
Yeah. Hoping that doesn't happen this time. I'm flying in Thursday and out Sunday. I'm in and out. In and out. All right. Okay. Shutting it down. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it. Ben, thank you, dude. It was great catching up. It's been a while.
Me too.
And
appreciate it.
Are you we're not gonna have another one of these before Texas or before Atlanta, so
no, we'll have to do it after.
I'll see you there.
All right.
Are you announcing at the show? Is that your plan for the next one?
We announce before I leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're not really thinking about that right now. So.
Oh no, there's a lot that I got to do in the next 3 weeks. About to be really busy.
Yeah.
Between now and the time we leave. So.
All right. We'll have fun with that. And you guys have a great night. Love you. And we'll catch you later. Peace.